Throughout history, people have encountered storms, waves, and weather events that seem almost impossible to believe. But thanks to modern technology, we now can capture these moments on film, allowing the world to witness the sheer force of nature in real time. These are moments that showcase the planet's raw power. In this video, we'll explore the 20 most unbelievable weather events ever caught on camera. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. There's something extremely disturbing about being caught at sea during a major storm. Without land to block the wind or waves, ships were at the hands of Mother Nature. An emergency response ship in the North Sea in December 2011 is seen in a horrifying video fighting through Hurricane Bobag. On the Beaufort scale, the hurricane was a storm force 12. The crew had no choice but to hold on. As glaciers continue to melt at an alarming rate, the world is experiencing unprecedented ice falls. At the Ilulissat Glacier in Greenland, a piece of ice almost 3,000 feet tall broke off. When they hit each other, they made a wave that smashed into the shoreline like an earthquake. Watching an unstoppable natural force unleash its power with such force is both mesmerizing and scary. One of the safest ways to get around is by plane, but bad weather can make even a normal ride into a nightmare. People on board an Airbus A321-200 trying to land at Lisbon Airport in 2006 were in for a scary ride. Strong crosswinds hit the plane hard as it got closer to the runway, making it violently rock back and forth. Video of the accident shows how much skill is needed to land safely in those dangerous conditions. In 2020, there was an ice shove on Alaska's Kuskokwim River that caused huge chunks of ice to pile up along the shore, making it look like a glacier was coming into town. The sea is one of the best ways to move dangerous goods, but when a storm comes through, the risks go up a lot. Off the coast of Portugal, the chemical ship LPGC Veneer got caught in a terrible storm with waves over 30 feet high. The skilled team had no choice but to steer straight into the waves and hope for the best. Surprisingly, they got where they were going on time and didn't lose any cargo or break anything. The whole ship could have sunk if they had made even one mistake. In 2012, this strange, foamy material covered meters of Australia's Froggy Beach, leaving people to wade through knee-deep foam. Some unlucky people were even swallowed whole and disappeared into the cloudy bubbles, only to come back out in shock. Storm Imogen came straight to the UK in February 2016, packing winds of up to 80 miles per hour that wreaked havoc all over the country. One of the first places to be hit was Cornwall, which was badly damaged when huge waves crashed into the coast-flooded streets and damaged buildings. The footage from the storm is crazy and terrifying. Massive winter storms have turned lighthouses and piers along Lake Michigan's coastlines into spooky, ice-covered castles. When it's well below freezing, big waves crash into these buildings and turn them into layers of ice right away. Some of these frozen towers looked so strange in 2019. The whole scene looked like it was from a dream movie, but it was all real. While the Baltic Sea is an important trade route, it is also known for its sudden, powerful storms. In 2019, a terrible storm caught people on the Regina Seaways boat going from Lithuania to Germany. Lightning lit up the dark sky and huge waves shook the boat back and forth. The video, which was taken by guests, shows how beautiful and dangerous ocean storms can be at the same time. Even though it was rough, the boat got to the port safely, but everyone on board will never forget that trip. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. Let's move on with our video. Fishermen often put their lives at risk to bring in their catch, but what happened to the crew of the Santa Mar in December 2010 was unlike anything else they had ever been through. The Atlantic storm was so bad that their skiff was being tossed around like a toy boat, and huge waves were breaking over the deck. The Grampian Avenger was close in case help was needed, but thankfully the crew made it through the storm and got back safely. The video alone should make anyone think twice about working at sea. A huge wall of dust engulfed Diego de Almagro, Chile, in 2022, making the town look like it had been destroyed by the end of the world. Heavy dust storms, also called haboobs, happen when strong winds pick up sand and dirt that are blowing around. Visibility is almost zero, and it's hard to breathe because the dust is blocking the air. Even though airports are designed to survive bad weather, nature can be too strong at times. In 2019, a strong storm hit Luton Airport in the UK, flooding the terminal without warning. While people were waiting for their flights, it started to rain inside the building. People were soaked and scared as water poured through the roof. The chaos was made worse by delays and cancellations, making the trip a travel nightmare that will never be forgotten. Hurricane Gloria hit Spain's coast in 2020, sending waves nearly 30 feet high through houses and streets. Seeing these waves roll in on camera is terrible enough. Even in great weather, Mount Elbrus, the highest mountain in Europe, is hard to climb. But when winds come up quickly, the mountain turns into a death trap. In one terrifying video, climbers find themselves trapped in a heavy snowfall with little visibility. It's so hard to stand still because the wind is howling so hard. They have no choice but to stay put and wait out the storm, which could take minutes or hours. A crazy weather event happened in 2009 in the Bay of Biscay, which is known for its fierce winds. There was a gale force 10 storm that put a 12,000-ton cargo ship at risk of being sucked into the water. The ship, even though it was very big, was tossed around by the waves, and its bow crashed through huge ones. The video shows the ocean's sheer power, showing that no ship is truly unbeatable. The Perito Moreno Glacier in Argentina is one of the most beautiful places on Earth, but it can also be very dangerous. A particularly big chunk of ice fell into the water during one fall, making a huge wave that almost sank boats nearby. Luckily, no one was hurt, but the video is a scary reminder of how strong nature can be. People in New Zealand on the Inter-Islander boat in 2014 had the wildest ride of their lives as they crossed rough water. The ferry shook strongly because of 65-mile-per-hour winds and 20-foot waves, making it hard for people to stay on their feet. From inside the ship, the video shows people praying while hanging on to anything they can find. When a strong Pacific storm hit the 9,215-ton oil ship True Colors in 2011, it almost sank. The ship was being hit by waves which made it tilt dangerously. At one point, it got to a scary 40-degree angle. The video from inside the ship shows the chaos. Crew members are fighting to stay upright, furniture is flying around, and equipment is falling over. The way some storms form makes them look like they're not real. One amazing video shows a swirling group of clouds above a beach hotel that looks like the eye of a storm. As the storm gets worse, the clouds move in a pattern that is both beautiful and scary, giving hints of the strong system forming above. Many viewers questioned whether the footage was CGI, until meteorologists confirmed its validity. One of the world's most dangerous areas of water is the Southern Ocean. One time, a New Zealand warship got stuck in waves that were 65 feet high and winds that were 50 miles per hour. Video from the ship's bridge shows it fighting against the huge waves, showing that even modern ships can't handle nature's fury. These incredible weather events remind us of the immense power of the natural world. While breathtaking to witness on film, experiencing them firsthand is something few would ever want to endure.